Okay, hello, I'm back doing a decode on some connections to the Hoover Dam, Madonna, yet again, and this recent hockey team, USA hockey team win with the gold medal. Okay, oh, let's go through it. Okay, anyway, you're probably wondering why I'm on John Connor here, because there's a reference with this whole thing back to John Connor and Terminator. That's why we're looking at this. So, John Connor, right? He is JC, yeah? He's the character that's going to save the world, okay? Against the baddie Terminator robot, right? Okay. We've just recently done some decodes with Madonna, and we were looking at actually Train Spotting 2, which is stylized as T2, and T2 also reminds me of Terminator 2, and there was this kind of little overlap there with some recent stuff with Madonna. Anyway, what we also want to look at is this connection with Madonna and gold. Obviously, she has the golden ratio number in her birthday numbers, 816. So we're also interested with this whole thing about winning gold at the Olympics as well, okay? And so let's move on. Anyway, John Connor. I'm going to show you how this is connected back with this character, who is the goalkeeper for Team USA. Okay, Connor. Again, Connor Hellebuck, maybe? I'm not really quite sure how you say that surname. But anyway, Connor. And before I forget the actual connection and forget to talk about in the rest of this video, the goal-winning score. Let me see if I've got it up here somewhere. I've got some other stuff here as well. But the goal-winning score for the game, okay, where they won gold, was by Jack Hughes. Okay, and obviously Jack is, you know, I don't know what you call it. It's just another version of John. Okay, it's like the slang for John, but it's, you know, it's another version of John. So Jack. Okay. So Jack is our John that's saving the day, and our other connection to John Connor, okay, is Connor himself also saving the day, okay, by not letting in a whole bunch of goals, okay, and I think he had I don't know, a very good game or whatever. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know, and I don't know anything about hockey either, so this is quite appropriate that I'm doing this video, really, yeah. Anyway, the whole thing the other night, the reason why I got onto this is because of, where is that now? I had that up. I thought I had this up here. Hang on, right here. Was because Donald Trump was given his State of the Union, and they, what did they do? They traipsed in, yeah, they paraded in the USA hockey team into the Capitol building there, you know, while he was giving this speech, and he announced that he was going to give the Presidential Medal of Freedom to the hockey goalie, to Connor Hellebuck, whatever his name is. Okay, so very interesting. Okay, that that this was done, like, you know, really, what's that got to do with the State of the Union? Nothing. But okay, it's all shows. Yeah, it's all showy stuff. And if you ever watch Donald Trump, you know that he's always mentioning interest in numbers. Okay, definitely a lot of forethought in some of the stuff he mentions. Okay, anyway, where do I go from here? I think we'll just go on the sort of the projection that I did when I was looking at this. We'll kind of go on the same sort of little journey. Anyway, what I noticed was, I was like, well, I'm going to go and check this guy out, because obviously if Donald Trump's talking about him, there's something interesting with the whole thing anyway. I was just thinking the goalie is the gatekeeper. So obviously this might tie into Madonna, and obviously the gatekeeper and the gate we're talking about opening is the Hoover Dam. And the date we've got pegged right now, we've been looking at as a date of interest with the Hoover Dam to break open. is the 9th of April. Okay, so we're going to be looking at it in conjunction with some of his numbers. And the other date we've been looking at, which is also to do with the gatekeeper, right? The goalie, the gatekeeper, is Madonna's potential ritual fake death, which we were looking at for the 8th of March. Okay, 3-8. Yeah, 3-8. Gematria, gold 38. Okay, Madonna has the gold numbers in her birthday. Okay, with the golden ratio numbers, the 1.618033, yada yada yada. Okay, those first numbers there is Madonna's birthday, 816. So anyway, yeah, we're going to look at this connection with this dude to the film, and really where I went with it was as soon as I saw, this was what I saw first, was the May 19th. And so that was a red flag straight away. If you ever watch a channel called We Seek, We Find, he has hundreds of decodes on May 19, and it is super duper loaded with all kinds of ritual things for May 19th. If you go to his channel, you can watch some of those decodes. They're excellent. Okay, so May 19th is a big red flag date. Okay. Anyway, if you know Madonna Gematria, you'll know that she's got the 195 in her full name here is a 195. Okay, so the 19th of May fits in quite nicely with his birthday and this number in Madonna's Gematria. Okay, so anyway, run some of the numbers out. Actually, we'll go back and do some of these other numbers in just a second, but the first thing to do is look at the gate that needs to be disposed of, the Hoover Dam, to the day before. Okay, is 12:012, which is pretty interesting with the 12 o'clock hour and 12:12. 12:12 is the 144. Yada yada yada. This is also a personal reference date for the White Wedding, which is again what we've been talking about, is this idea of the White Wedding coming up. I mean, I don't know how many times it's come up. It's come up so much. We had it at the Super Bowl. They even put a wedding in the Super Bowl. But everything's been connected to the White Wedding. Okay. The next day on, this is well interesting. The 12/13. What's her name? Taylor Swift's birthday, and also in iPet Go. The 12/13 reminds me of the clock in Labyrinth. Okay, and that whole Labyrinth thing connected with Bowie, the film Labyrinth I'm talking about now, and the whole Black Star connection here with Madonna being the Black Star. Yeah, the Black Pearl, when the moon is dark and in front of the sun, that's the Black Star. Okay, so David Bowie's album, with the center of his video for that song, has this sort of connection back to Labyrinth, has a connection back to this here, and of course the 12/13 is also our where in the hell was I? The 12/13 has our 213 in it and 121, yeah, the 121 gigawatts and the 213. Okay, I could go on. We could whiffle waffle for hours flipping numbers around and all the rest of it, but anyway, it's super important, right? Okay, that's how long you have left to save the child. Okay, that is in the red and white in Labyrinth, and then you see in iPet Go, this guy's in red and white bandages. Yeah, the child that's there. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody's seen the film. Yeah, but if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, crack on, Dan. Okay, the first thing to note is what was fascinating about this gold medal win, which they had on 2/22/2026, right? 2/22. We're going to look at that in a minute in relation to all these numbers as well in the chart of Lorraine. But they actually, 46 years prior to this is the last time they won gold. So it was a 46-year jump, right? Just note that 46 years is 16802. So we have those Madonna numbers at the start of this number jump, okay? So I was actually intrigued to just tack on till this came out to 16 to see what date that was and whether there was any real connection with you know the stuff we've been looking at. But before we do that, before I tack on that 16 day, the extra 14 days to get to 16, let me show you this. From the actual win of gold through to 4-9, okay, this date for the Hoover Dam is also 46 days. So they had this gold win 46 years, and then from the win through to the Hoover Dam thing, the 49, the 49ers, the gold again, 46 days. So that was quite ominous when I saw that. Let's do the Madonna number jump out now from the original win, okay, back in 1980. 16816. Okay, so all the not quite palindromic, but a very very similar to a palindromic number there. If that 6 and 1 was flipped, that would be palindromic. Anyway, through to 38, through to our date for Madonna, 38, 38, gold, gematria. Okay, again, this is kind of looking pretty interesting, and so I was thinking, well, I'll run some other number dates with him. Okay, so I did his birthday, 5/19/93, through to Madonna's potential crow-kit date, right? This number comes up, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that is interesting, because if you just rotate that number around, again, we're dealing with balance, so rotating numbers, mirroring numbers, those kind of ideas are all things we're interested in looking at. If you rotate that number around, anyway, it becomes 1, 8, 6, 1, 1. Okay, so you have her numbers right here in the center of that thing. Yeah, between the legs, if you like, her birthday numbers between the legs. And that is the hole that you come out of. That is the gate that is kept. Yeah, the female is the gatekeeper. They have control of the gateway. Yeah, you're not getting any if she says no. Okay, she is the gatekeeper. Okay, so anyway, I thought that was interesting. What else do we have? So that, and then we've got to flip through some of this other stuff. So this gets really interesting, because I'm like, what he did on the 24th with the presidential address is Donald Trump just announced he was going to give that medal. And I thought, you know what, I should have a guess at what date he might pick for doing that on. Okay, so there's a couple of other things that I want to mention as we go through this, but I don't know where my number jump is for that actually. Here it is. Let's do this one first. So there's a couple of other things I want to mention, but if we go, so the first thing is the number 13 with Madonna is well important. If we just go 13 days from the win, it will take us to 3-7. Now, I didn't know this. I'll just show you this first, and then I'll tell you what I've subsequently found out right before I did the video, of course. Anyway, because I know there'll be some people shouting at the screen now about 37. Anyway, go 13 days from that win will take us to 3-7. Okay, and then if you look at this now, hopefully this doesn't disappear. If we go from 3-7 to his birthday, it's 73 days. So we've gone just 13 days to 3-7. So 3-7 would be the date that we might pick out for him getting this medal. Maybe they'll do it on a Saturday. I don't know, but this would be interesting if they did it on a Saturday on 3/7, right? That 3/7 takes us out 73 days to his birthday, right? So it encodes his birthday, it encodes 3/7. Anyway, subsequently, well, the reason why I thought that would be interesting is because if you go back from Madonna's potential death date, if you go back 73 days, it takes us to Christmas, yeah? JC, John Connor, Jesus Christ, Mary, Madonna, Jesus, okay, the birth of Jesus, 1225, okay, 2025, an important, date as well. It's 73 days, so 3/8 is 73 days before that, and of course, what you can do, I might actually have it on the next click here, is you can just include end date, and so 3/7 also works. 73, that number jump also works for 3/7, so it's like a double date. It works for both Madonna and for him maybe getting a medal on 3/7. That would be really interesting if they gave him that medal on 3/7. Anyway, come to find out, after I get done with this video, I'm just about to do it, and I'm like, you know what I should do? I should put his whatever number he is playing, and you can actually make it out. Well, you can actually make it out here on the side of his shirt. He plays number 37. Okay, I don't know if it's written in here, but I had it. I've got it somewhere in here. What number does Connor play? Number 37. It doesn't matter what for both teams, okay, that he plays for. Okay, either the national team or his Jets team. Okay, pretty interesting, isn't it? 37. After I've I mean, you just have a guess at it, set 3/7 just based on that, without even needing to do any of this other stuff. If you're just having a little guess, Anyway, so we might keep our eyes and ears open for the 7th, or an announcement for the 7th that they're going to give him the medal on the 7th. That would be well interesting. Okay. One other thing to note is that while I'm on the subject of JC, Jesus Christ, and the rebirth whole thing, the first one of the other, well, let me show you. Let's do this first. 3/8, Madonna's potential death, through 249, which I showed on another video, but it's 33 days. Okay, again with Christ's death and resurrection at the age of 33, and this whole thing with the idea of the Black Madonna dying and then giving birth with the Hoover Dam breaking open on 4/9. That would work out pretty nice. I don't know how many videos I've ever done like this where numbers work out pretty nice, but there's been quite a few, so I won't read too much into this. We're just having a guess, okay? But this could be quite a good, well-educated guess, maybe. Let me show you something else. From his birthday, okay, not from his birthday, from his birthday this year back to the win, or from the win through to the birthday this year, is 86 days. And just out of interest, he will be, because I haven't even checked this yet, he'll be to his 33rd birthday. You can't write it. Well, I haven't checked that yet. You can check it and it's something interesting, Anyway, that will be, now I can't remember where I was at, 86 days. Who shoots the shot that saves the day, wins the game? Number, I've got him in here somewhere. Where is he? Jack Hughes' number is 86. So number 86 does it. And don't forget 186. It's very similar numerology, okay? So 86, super duper loaded for that as well, okay? A couple other things. From Donald Trump's little speech, okay, through to 4/9 is 44 days. Okay, so that's pretty ominous. If you've been watching the channel, you'll know about this connection with 44 and the wedding as well. So that's pretty doom and gloom there. What else we got in here? I'm trying to think. I've got some stuff for another decode there, which I don't really want to do right now. What else do we have? Oh, let's look when the original Terminator came out. No, no, we don't want that one. Where is it? No, I want Terminator 1. Oh, it's written right here, look. Anyway, this is when the original... no, that did not come out in 90... Oh, no, this is the one we want. Sorry, this is Terminator 2, Judgment Day, okay. Judgment Day, of course. Look at our release date for that. 3.7 or 7.3, whatever you want. And look at the runtime. Oh dear, 137 minutes. And I feel like coincidentally I've got some other stuff in here. So this is, what is this? This is Edward Furlong, who plays John Connor. He's the kid on the motorbike, you know, in Terminator 2. Right, anyway, it's between his birthday and the first gold win, okay, with the hockey team. Check this out. It's nothing major interesting, but of course the 935th prime is 7333. Okay, so that's, you know, again, it's just little things like this, you know, that just add up, just keep adding up. Okay, you wouldn't use that kind of number jump on its own, but you know, this is the original Terminator release date and the win. Okay, here 15095. Okay, nothing spectacular really, apart from it is 159 numerology again, to do with Connor's birthday. And if we drop this back to 1980, we can have a quick look at that number as well, which is again 1708. You'll know that is a huge connection with Madonna for Sean Penn, her first wedding. Okay, very important as well. And the 1709 is also a number that comes up quite a bit with Madonna. Okay, we had the Patrick Mahomes connections with her and all the rest of it. So I mean, it just, you know, what do you want to tie it to? You know, what other stuff did I have in here on Terminator 2? Oh yeah, you probably want to look at Arnie's birthday as well, because if you look at Arnie, you'll see what he is. He is also 7-3. Okay, where's his birthday? Yeah, July the 30th. I didn't run his numbers. It might be something very interesting. It might not. I don't know. But again, with the 7-3, all this stuff is tying right back to Terminator. Okay. What else do we have in here? Edward Furlong. Notice he's an 8-2 as well. We just had a 2-8 for the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to mention about that. I never even looked at any of these other. Oh, you can't write it. Oh dear. So he's Carl Reese, who is essentially the father of John Connor, or, you know, anyway, 731. Unbelievable. I don't know what else to say about it. You know, this is why I say I've not done the whole decode yet, so to speak. It's just kind of like I just had enough of it. I got to go to bed and I got to do other stuff. I just don't have time to do a full on proper decode really. But that's pretty much it. So we'll be looking out. I mean, the fascinating stuff really is with the whole thing with the Jack and the Connor, the John Connor winning the gold, and this whole tie-in with the dates coming up, you know. with the 4-9 dates, with the Madonna stuff as well. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. You can replay the video, you can go back through all this stuff, but 46 days on. Yeah, it was 46 years between their wins and 46 days on to this thing. Just out of interest, 20, half of 46, 23, and lo and behold, where does it bring us out? On, and that's interesting with the name Connor as well, because that's a marginally Irish name there as well. St. Patrick's Day, which is, again, I know you could go around in circles with just first names of people, but here's the 137 stuff again as well. And I would bring this up because if you recall, what's the name's birthday, Eli Manning, with the Eli, which is the 173 numbers as well, with that actual name. And Eli Manning has been super totally connected in with Madonna as well, and this whole decode stuff as well. Go back and check the previous videos. So 137 stuff and 73 stuff, very interesting. Oh, and before we get off of this, let me show you some of these numbers in the chart of rain, right? So the date of the whole thing, 222, yeah? These are totals down the bottom in green for each column. The 86, okay? The 37, okay? So those two numbers, we just had Super Bowl 60, okay? Right in the same time frame period, okay, of the Olympics, okay? And so you see, there's something to these numbers in here and the connections and all the rest of it, and that 37 is in the 7 column, and the number 13, yeah, we just said it'd be 13 days on and then 37 days to his birthday. So these numbers tie in super duper interestingly. We just did that half of 46 23-day jump, which came out on, again, another 137. What you'll notice is in this table as well is the 713, again with Donald Trump's ear wound, okay, very important. There is you could put a box in here, right? Oops. Right here, and you'll see that 713 is in this corner here, and it's also in this corner of the box as well. I don't know, we've done stuff on it before, but I don't know what else to say about it other than it is interesting. It shows up twice here and 37 here, and you'll notice the cross reference for 37 as well is 3, 7. Okay, so you do it like a times table chart, and you look down your 7th column and your 3rd row, or at least the row that starts on number 3, and you got 37 again. Okay, it's these kind of things that are just interesting. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Blimmin' hell. All right, John Connor, Terminator, hockey. Okay. Oh dear. Actually, there is a Madonna video, the one she did with Guy Ritchie. What's it called? What It Feels Like for a Girl. There is a hockey reference in that video where she dies at the end of it. So that is kind of interesting as well. I haven't been back and checked that video though, but there is a hockey reference in there. Anyway, I'm stopping waffling. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on soon. Cheers.